The brain can store at least 2.5 million gigabytes, which is equivalent to 300 years of TV shows. Our memory is prioritized by our emotions because human emotions have absolute control over the brain. 90 minutes of sweating can temporarily shrink the brain as much as 1 year of aging. There are more than 100,000 chemical reactions in the brain every second. All brain cells are not alike. There are many as 10,000 specific type of neurons in the brain. Those who take a quiz competition after its revision are 65% likely to remember the facts than those who took it once. Men's brains are 10% bigger than women's, even after taking into account larger body sizes. Babies have big heads to hold rapidly growing brains. A 2-year-old brain is 80% of adult size. Teenage brains are not fully formed until the age of 25 that it reaches maturity. The brain have a pattern of connectivity as unique as your fingerprints. The human brain is 30 times more powerful than the IBM Sequoia, one of the world's fastest computers. Brain information travels up to 268 miles per hour, which is faster than Formula One race cars, which speed up at 240 mph. Every minute, 750 to 1000 milliliters of blood flows through the brain. This is enough to fill a bottle of wine. Learning new things increases brain matter in the brain. These are new connections between neurons. The brain is known to be a random thought generator, as it generates 48.6 thoughts per minute. The brain in our head isn't the only brain. There is a second brain in the intestines that contains 100 million neurons. Though pain is processed in the brain, the organ itself can't feel pain. This is why brain surgery can be performed while the patient is still awake. We don't have absolute control of our life because 95% of our decisions take place in our subconscious mind. The brain have an average of 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. The brain of introverts and extroverts are measurably different, since dopamine reward network is more active in the brain of extroverts, while introvert brains have more gray matter. The typical brain comprises of 2% of the body's total weight and uses 20% of the body's total oxygen and energy, which travel to the brain through blood vessels. Research shows that the brain's memory capacity is in the petabyte range. This is quadrillion or 10 raised to per 15 bites. The brain can process an image that your eyes have seen for as long as 13 milliseconds, less time than it takes for you to blink. Japan's K-computer is one of the most powerful computers in the world. When programmed to stimulate human brain activity, it took it 40 minutes to crunch the data, equivalent to just 1 second of brain activity. Since the last 18,000s, the average IQ have gone down 1.6 thoughts per decade. "25% of the body's cholesterol reside within the brain. Without adequate cholesterol, brain cells die." A piece of brain tissue as the size of a grain of sand contains 100,000 neurons and 1 billion synapses, all communicating with one another. Each neuron can transmit 1,000 nerve impulses per second and make as many as tens of thousands of synaptic contacts with each other. The order of letters in a written word doesn't matter much to the brain, as long as the first and last letters are in the right spot. The brain can rearrange the letters to form words. Memories start forming in the womb as early as 4 months into pregnancy. The brain can't learn or concentrate on two things at once. It can only toggle back and forth between tasks quickly. The brain weight is about 3 pounds. 60% of its dry weight is fat, making the brain the most fatty organ in the body. Vitamin B1 helps to improve short and long-term memory, as it produces chemical substances called acetylcholine, which is needed for concentrating and storing memory. The brain can generate 12 to 15 watts of electricity, enough to power a low-voltage light bulb. If you were drinking alcohol and don't remember what you did last night, it is not because you forgot. While you are drunk, the brain can't form memories. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to stay updated. And as you do so, may God bless you abundantly.